Shane Van Gisbergen answered all the questions and said, I'm not necessarily going to be granted a win in this race, but he's got the win. SVG wins the Roval.
Shane Van Gisbergen joined NASCAR full-time this year. Everyone knew what he could do. Road courses? Easy. He matched Jeff Gordon's record for back-to-back road wins. He won 5 out of 6 road races this season. The guy is a superstar on those twisty tracks. But ovals? That was a different story. Those tracks were his biggest problem, his weakness. Some people even called them his kryptonite. And here's the thing. NASCAR has 36 races each season. Only 6 of them are road courses. That means 30 oval races. If Shane couldn't figure out ovals, he'd only be good for 6 races a year. That's what everyone thought would happen. Shane knew this too. After winning in Mexico City, he said something important. He told reporters, "I'm not here to run last on the oval either." He wasn't going to give up. He made a promise to himself and his team. It will take time, and I'm not trying to force it or get desperate. Just going to keep working and building. And boy, did he keep that promise. Let's talk about how bad things were at the start. In his first 14 oval races, Shane finished in 26th place on average. That's really far back. In the first 6 oval races, he finished outside the top 35 times. His team was running in 35th and 36th place in the championship. For a champion from Australia, that had to hurt. Shane's crew chief, Stephen Doran, was new too. It was only his second year leading a Cup Series team, so both of them were learning together. Shane later said, although it was a struggle, it was a good struggle to go through. He admitted he felt like a deer in headlights to start the year. Everything was new. The cars felt different. The tracks were scary. And everyone in NASCAR was really, really good. But then something started to change. By July, Shane's oval racing got better. His last 7 oval races that month had an average finish around 22nd place. Not great, but better. The team was making progress. They were learning. And Shane kept studying, kept practicing, kept asking questions. Then came September 28th, Kansas Speedway. This was the race that changed everything. Shane finished 10th, his first top 10 finish on a real oval in the Cup Series. After 30 oval races of struggling, he finally broke through. The kryptonite wasn't so strong anymore. His teammate Ross Chastain noticed. The other drivers noticed, and the fans definitely noticed. But here's where the story gets really interesting. Bubba Wallace was watching Shane's progress. Bubba sent Shane a funny text message earlier in the year. He joked, "If you ever out-qualify me on an oval, I'm retarded." Well, at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, Shane qualified 10th. Bubba qualified 14th. Bubba later posted their text messages online and wrote, "Old bloke out-qualified me, now I gotta retire." He was impressed. Actually, Bubba said he was more than impressed by SVG's oval growth. And it wasn't just one good race. Shane kept getting better. In his last 16 oval races, he averaged a finish of 23rd place. That's 3 spots better than before. He finished 11th at Talladega in October. He got 14th at Martinsville. And the really cool part, when Shane went back to Martinsville for the second time, he did way better than his first race there. He was learning from every lap. Shane even explained what makes oval racing so crazy. When a fan posted a video of him racing close to the wall at Las Vegas, Shane responded. He wrote, "Still one of the craziest parts of oval racing to me. Send it in at 310 kilometers per hour, missing apex on purpose, heading to the wall hoping an imaginary grip strip / air pocket is going to save you from hitting it, then hearing the exhaust echo on the wall as it holds you off it. Wild." That's the technique called ripping the fence. You drive so close to the wall that air gets trapped between your car and the wall. This air creates a cushion that helps you go faster through the turn. It's scary. It's dangerous. But Shane was learning how to do it. He also talked about what was hardest to learn. At tracks like Las Vegas, Shane said, "You gotta go in flat, land in the banking, and then see what the car does." It's pretty eye-opening to tell yourself just to tighten the belts and grow some balls and drive in flat. It's tough, this stuff, and it's just taken me a while to get used to it. By the end of the season, Shane had won 5 races. All of them were on road courses, sure. But that's not the point. The point is what else he did. He made the playoffs. He finished 12th in the championship. And he won Rookie of the Year. At 36 years old, he's the oldest Rookie of the Year since 2011. Shane also led 312 laps this season. He won 3 stages, he got 3 pole positions, he completed almost 93% of all the laps. Those are really good numbers for any driver, let alone a rookie. When the season ended, Shane talked about what surprised him most. He wasn't sure he'd like racing every single weekend. Back in Australia, he raced different series and different types of cars. But NASCAR? It's the same thing from February to November with only 1 weekend off. Shane said, I wasn't sure how I'd find it, and I've really liked it. I like the challenges. I like how the tracks vary throughout the year. You're not doing the same thing all the time. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself here.
I didn't know what it would be like doing the same thing every single weekend. I was used to trying different series and different disciplines, really, and yeah, doing the same thing all year. I wasn't sure how I'd find it, and yeah, I've really liked it. And I like the challenges. I like how the tracks vary through the year. You're not doing the same thing all the time, and yeah, I've really enjoyed myself here.
What did he enjoy most? The intermediate tracks, those 1.5-mile ovals. He didn't like them in the Xfinity Series last year. But this year in Cup, that's where he made his biggest improvements. Shane explained, that type of racing where you can move around and the high speed that we're doing, those tracks are pretty cool.
Yeah, that type of racing where you can move around and the high speed that we're doing, those tracks are pretty cool.
And here's what makes this story so important. Shane and his crew, Chief Stephen, weren't angry at each other during the tough times. They built up together. Shane said, you go through that frustration, but no one's angry at each other that we have a lot to learn as a team. Stephen was a pretty new crew chief, and the driver was the problem at that stage. It was all new to me, so I think we kind of built up together. Looking back at the whole season, Shane was happy, really happy. He told reporters, I've really enjoyed it, and the wins have been great. That is more than we probably ever hoped for, but getting competitive on the ovals has been a plus, and I feel like we'll have some good momentum going into next year. The team is staying together for next year too. Same crew chief, same group of guys. Shane said that would really help. He explained, we'll have a much better base to start from. He also said, I'd love to start again, because I feel like I've learned so much. And now the NASCAR world is watching closely. Ross Chastain, Shane's teammate at Trackhouse Racing, already thinks Shane can win on an oval. When asked about it, Ross said, there's a chance. I think Stephen and his group on the 88th are definitely finding their stride. Yes, I could see rugby balls flying over the grandstands at an oval track. That's Shane's victory celebration, throwing rugby balls into the crowd. NASCAR fans are talking about it too. On Reddit, one fan wrote, SVG has already shown significant improvement. I think he could potentially contend at 1 to 2 oval races this next season. Another fan said, I think he will. He's always learned on an exponential scale when getting in a new series. So here's what everyone feared. They were afraid Shane would figure out oval racing. They were afraid this road course king would become good at everything. And that's exactly what's happening. Shane isn't just competing in 6 road races anymore. He's becoming a threat in all 36 races.